What is going on, guys? Welcome back to yet another Home Arcade podcast. You know, I think Arcade1up has had some advantages in the past where they've kind of been one of the only ones that was like selling certain games in the market. But dude, I'm really excited about this new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I want to talk about it. You know, this is about the Konami announcement that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, we got this Cowabunga Collection that's coming out. Dude, I've been talking to my buddy. In fact, one of the reasons why I'm doing the show tonight is because we're going to go see a movie tomorrow, and I won't be able to do the podcast at the normal Sunday time. So this is like literally 15 minutes ago. I'm like, you know what? The show that I'm preparing, I'm doing right now. But check this out. We were, in fact, talking about this earlier about how I'm really excited about the Cowabunga, this collection that's coming out. It says it's going to have like it's like 13 different games, which is not entirely accurate, but all the way from Game Boy, NES, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, but including the same arcade version titles that are available on the Arcade1up are going to be available across like all these different platforms. And in fact, wait, you don't have any audio? Is that right? Hold on. It's going to be really dumb if I don't have any audio. It shows good here. Okay. Anyway, give me a thumbs up if you hear audio. Okay, so check this out. So that threw me off a little bit. Yeah, you can hear fine. Okay. I can hear fine. Okay, cool. So check this out. So the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that came out with these two games, right? And I got this when it originally came out. In fact, I gave it to a buddy of mine, and we were talking about that earlier today. I was at his house, and he had this original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I was like, hey, how would you like to be able to play that like on your Switch, like at the couch, you know, online with me? You know, that'd be really cool. He's like, oh, would we have to like, you know, buy this version? I was like, no, you don't have to spend $700. You're going to only have to spend like $40, right? So you can get this new version. It's developed by Digital Eclipse, which is really funny because Digital Eclipse is in fact one of the companies, we don't talk about it a lot. We usually talk about Code Mystics. But Digital Eclipse is also one of the companies that Arcade1up uses for a lot of their emulation. For sure, they did that. Street Fighter back in the day was definitely Digital Eclipse, and I think they've been working behind the scenes. You guys are throwing me off with the no audio here. It's like, give me more thumbs up if audio. So yeah, everyone says audio is fine. Okay, all right. It's just one person's having an issue with audio. Okay, we're live, and that's how it works, right? So this has got me perplexed because. Now think about it, right? So all these games that Arcade1up has come out in the past, a lot of us already have a way to be able to play these games, like, but it's through nefarious means typically, right? It's like through emulation, or maybe there's a rewind game from 10 years ago that has this. It was ported to the Xbox or something like that. But commercially, if you wanted to go to Best Buy and pick up these games, they're not readily available. You want to go to Steam, some of these are not readily available. So this is like a thing, right? Like, and they're doing it better. That's what I'm saying, which is really interesting. Konami and Nickelodeon are working with Digital Eclipse to bring all of these retro games to a platform that's essentially competing with Arcade1up. Like, this blows Arcade1up out of the water when it comes to the number of games that you're going to get and the capabilities. And it no longer makes it where, I don't know. So I can kind of hear the reasoning from the audience already. I'd love to hear what you guys think about it in the live chat, and we can discuss this. But think about it. Like, there's going to be a certain amount of people that buy Arcade1up. They're going to buy Arcade1up because they want the arcade, right? Like, they want this arcade. They probably don't want this one. You know, there's probably a few people that want this particular arcade, right? But maybe they want this one. And I think maybe if Arcade1up comes out with another version of Turtles, which I've heard through not a very good source. I have 3 or 4 different sources, and one of them is like gets it right like 1 out of 4 times, let's just say. Anyway, but he said if you take a look at this one, like, this is the Countercade. It's a 2-player, right? So what if they come out with a 2-player, right, a 3/4 scale? Like, that's a possibility that some people would want, to buy. And then if you want a 4-player, right, you could swap in the 4-player deck. That's like this topic, or, you know, that some people have been saying. But I really like, if you take a look at the NBA Jam Shaq Edition that Arcade1up came out with, and you apply this version to what other versions are going to be like a Shaq Edition in the future. And so you got a 19-inch screen, you got NBA Jam, but it's a re-release, but it's really big and it looks really good, but it still has the same 3 games in it. So they're not really giving you anything more except for how massive it is. It's the same set of games. And I think this is that's where I think Arcade1up needs to change, especially when you have this Konami version. They're working with Nickelodeon already. They're working with Konami already. And this company is like, look at this. This is going to be on your Switch, and it's going to have all of these games. Now, you may say, young Sir Justin, I don't want console games on my arcade. You know what I have to say to you? Why not? Why not? Like, think about this theme. Like this Cowabunga Collection. I'm getting the Cowabunga Collection, right? Because I want to support the Cowabunga Collection because we want more of them. We want more collections like this. In the chat, does anyone else know of any other collections that are out there that are similar to the Cowabunga Collection, where you're getting a dose of retro gaming all in one little, you pay $40 and you're going to get Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We're going to give you all these games. The only thing that I can think of is a Mega Man collection, a Street Fighter Capcom collection, right? Where a single company is like, we're going to come out with these light games. But the idea that it's like, we're going to give you all, yeah, every Raspberry Pi image, that's pretty funny. So that's one way, that you can get. Yeah, Capcom Arcade Stadium is another example, right? But if you think about it, every single time Arcade1up comes out with another machine, they're kind of like these collections. And if you compare them, they're not a very good collection, right? So you're going to get The Simpsons, but it's a collection of 2 games, right? But you're going to pay a ton of money. And then you're going to get Pac-Man, and it's going to be a collection. And now they finally bring it up to like 12. You're going to get Galaga, and they are from those publishers, right? And then you get Ridge Racer. It's just a handful of race titles, which was pretty good. Terminator 2 is a collection of 1 game and some behind-the-scenes footage, but that doesn't count. But when you're working with Konami and Nickelodeon, and Konami and Nickelodeon are going to say, you know what, on these other platforms, we're going to bring online. We're going to bring a whole bunch of games from other consoles. I don't see any reason why I can't play those games on an arcade either. Like, in my head, I'm like, okay, I would, if you, look, think about it. Some people are going to say, you're crazy, Justin. I don't want to play Game Boy games on my arcade. And I say to you, you're wrong. Do you know how many people out there that want to take a Game Boy and play it on a like modern television? Well, introduce you to the Analog Pocket. Its entire docking purpose is so that you can dock it so that you can go HDMI out to your television. It's so popular. If you want to get one now, you're going to be waiting until like 2023, 2024. The entire GB, being able to play Game Boy Advance games on your television is an explosion. Like, there's a handful of developers that are creating hardware that allow you to output HDMI from your Game Boy and put it on your TV. They're like all sold out. Like, literally, go find one, try to get them on. In fact, there's another modder that I just got an email for. Yet another company is coming out with a pogo pin solution to turn your GBA into an HDMI out to your television. This is a thing people do. They want to play those games. I'm just saying a step further. Like, if you're gonna, like, forget it only has to be arcade titles, right? Like, really, throw in all these extra games on the Arcade1up too. Like, why not? Like, I don't know. Tell me in the chat I'm wrong. Tell me in the chat I'm wrong. Let's see what you guys have to say about this. I want to hear how wrong I am. Let's see. Here we go. Zero Hero says you're crazy. Retro Ralph says he has to pick up Kim. There you go. And Zero Hero says he's never wrong. So there you go. He's never wrong. And Formula Fox says, I have a ton of consoles and handheld beat-em-ups and fighting games on my arcade cabinet, as well as some modern stuff on Steam. This is definitely appeal to playing such things on an arcade cabinet, right? Right? Let's see. Donut says, I'm waiting for my Arcade1up Illuminati Challenge coin. Right. I don't think we made it yet. That's right. See? This is the thing. Konami Legacy. CastleMania Legacy is another one. Day one purchase. Yeah. The Leisure Suit Larry collection. Like, there's another one. See, I want all of those TMNT games on a cab. See, that's what I'm talking about. TMNT. But hey, here's the reality. I don't have a TMNT arcade anymore. And I'm actually wondering if when I buy this Switch version that I'll get the nostalgic fix that I would need. And if they ever did come out with a XL version of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I'm not really sure I would buy it. Just truth fact here. You know, that's my opinion. Love to hear what you guys think. So I have one more topic for you tonight. We're doing a short stream. The other topic I want to talk about real quick is I played this Jurassic Park pinball machine today at a local arcade, and it was great. Now, the version that I had wasn't as cool as the one that I'm showing you on the video, I think. I think the one, like the Tyrannosaurus Rex in the corner, didn't really look very great. But this is a pinball machine by Stern, and I'm going through... This is the premium edition here, and I think that one's a little bit better because it has that motorized T2 T-Rex on it. And I'm going to continue to try to find different places in my local arcade to try out these Stern machines and see what I think about it. And I got to tell you, the source of me buying a pinball machine this year is from Retro Ralph himself. He keeps on saying, what does he keep on saying? He says that the pinball machines keep in value. That's right. Like, they keep value. So now you're getting into the collector side of me. And the collector side of me is all like, oh, there's something that I can buy, that I can play with. And then it keeps its value. In fact, in a few years, it'll gain its value. So I'm pretty excited about that. And two more topics real quick. I want to mention kind of stories of the week that if you stick around, I hope you enjoy these stories of the week. So next Saturday, I'll be going to an arcade auction that's happening here in Des Moines. I'm pretty excited about it. And I'm planning on selling off some stuff, and I'll see if I can document some of that, put that right here on the channel. We'll make an episode of it. I think you'll really enjoy it. I'm thinking about selling my pinball machines, my AtGames Legends pinball, and my Star Wars Arcade1up pinball machine, because if I'm going to buy a real full Stern pinball machine this year, because you know those pinball machines keep their value. If he's lying to me, then this whole plan's going to go right out the window. Anyway, so I'm really curious how much I'll get those for, and I just am not the type of person that's going to own two virtual pinball machines and then also own a Stern. Now, I did play that today, and I didn't think I was going to like it, but I loved it. I really did. I put $5 on a card, and I just kept on like blowing money on it, and I got 1 million or 2 million score on the Jurassic Park game. And then let's see, let me pull this back up again. But then I played a lucky round, and I hit all the right moves on it, and I got like 36 million on the score, and it just gave me this great feeling, and I was like, okay, I could get into this. And then what I didn't expect from the pinball machine is all of the nostalgia. Didn't even realize how much nostalgia I had for Jurassic Park and Nedry, and the whole, like, all the voices and sounds were just bringing me back to the childhood. I remember watching that movie in the theater 7 times that summer. We just kept on going to the theater. This is when the theater movies were like $2 or something like that. So literally for a matinee, me and my cousin would just go see Jurassic Park again, and we had seen it so many times that we knew which parts were going to scare everyone. We literally would turn around on our seats and watch the audience react to their first impression of Jurassic Park. And it was, now I think I was like 12 years old. It was just fantastic. So that's one of the highlights of my week that I wanted to share with everyone. So arcade auction, Probably going to get a Stern machine. Probably going to sell my current virtual pinball machines at auction this next week. And man, there's a lot of other stuff that's been going on that's been pretty exciting to me. I'd love to hear in the comments things that are excited to you. We've been playing Mario Party Superstar. We played that earlier today, me and my daughter, and that was a lot of fun. We did a full hour game on that. If you've never played on the Switch, the Super Mario, what is that? Mario Party Superstar. I'm not really into Mario Party, but that game ended up being really cool. A lot cooler than I thought it was going to be. And it's like a board game, but then there's all these mini games in it, and it's a blast. I also want to mention the other fun thing that I did this week that I just, oh man, I just didn't experience this originally, but FZero was out this week. The FZero game for the Nintendo 64 is now available. I was playing it this weekend, and boy, that's a fun game. I never played this on the Nintendo 64. Nintendo 64 was a system that I bought, and I played was the Mario 64 on it. And when I beat it, there wasn't really any other game on that system that was interesting, and I think I ended up selling it to a buddy of mine or something. So I never really played F-Zero X, and now it's available on Switch. And so I started playing it, and dude, this game rocks. Like, I'm sorry, like, go ahead and bash me in the comments for never playing this F-Zero game, but it's just a blind spot. Like this scene right there, it's so much fun. Go check it out if you've never played it. The laps are crazy. The whole family was watching. I was playing it, but the whole family was watching me play. We had a great time, just them watching me play. And my daughter was also like, oh, I want to play this game. It's really cool. So if you've never played the game before, let me show you the things that I'm a big F-Zero fan from Super Nintendo, but I never played the Nintendo 64 one. And I still haven't played it co-op yet, so I'm gonna have to do that. But when you're going through these tunnels, oh my gosh, the tunnel scenes are amazing. Just spectacular. So, it kind of makes you feel like, later Mario Kart games are very in this. But when you go to these tunnels, that's a lot of fun. The tunnels get really tight, so they're really hard. And then when you come out of them, and then this thing, I don't know what that is. You're on this like cylinder thing. That is hard. That level was really hard. I got like 29th place on that. But every other level, I got like first, or I don't think I ever got first, but like second or third. I got high. But that one where it's like this little, let's see, where is it at? Where it's just this. I'm trying to find it. Let's just play it again. If you watch it, there's the tunnel. Oh, so much fun on the tunnel. And then the roads get tight. That's fun. Right there. Whatever that is. You're like on this cylinder thing. I got like 28th place. And the only reason why I didn't get last is because someone died in the game. It's like 30 people are racing, but all of a sudden it said 29. We think someone like fell off the race or something like that. Anyway. So I'm trying to do my best to keep this under 20 minutes and pack it with a whole bunch of content from the week that I really, really enjoyed. And that's all the time I have for today. I'm going to look at the chat real quick and say hi to everyone, answer any of those questions. Let's see. How much for the AtGames Legends Pinball, Justin? JJ, I'd sell it to you for $500. If you want $500, if you want it for $500, come get it. Or I don't know. Maybe I'd take it for less. I'm not sure. Because I'm going to do it at auction, right? It's probably not going to go for $500. Now I'm just like, see. Okay, so Molar Medic, I tweeted him earlier about the, I was like, all right, so I played Jurassic Park. I got to play some more. What do you suggest? He says, I get the Jurassic Park Premium in 3 weeks. Oh, man. There you go. See, I played the Pro. I don't think I want the Pro. I was talking to my wife. I'm like, I don't think I want the Pro. Because I think the Pro is the lower end of it just looked janky where the Jurassic Park T-Rex guy is. It didn't look very cool. So you guys are talking about different topics. This is great. Honestly, Tournament Fighters, I remember love playing that game. I think I played the Super Nintendo version, maybe Sega, not really sure. Would be the only game I'd like to see on the Turtles cabinet. Okay, very cool. Alpha, he says, if you have a local arcade with pinball machines, why buy one? just play the crap out of it at the arcade, save ton of money. Yeah, but here's the thing. I'm also a collector, and someone tells me that you can go buy something for a certain price, and then it's going to have a higher price later. That pulls on the collector side of me. So like Whatnot, for example, I've been going crazy on Whatnot. Just yesterday, I bought a whole bunch of games that are valued at about $10 to $20 for only $1, right? Like I started memorizing different prices for a lot of different games. And then I went into a stream and I looked at all of the games that are coming up and I wrote out like how much they're worth. And then I was like, if I can get it for a steal, I'm going to get it for a steal and add it to my collection. And at a later time, I may resell it. I may read through the manual. I may play through the games. I got a Polymega now, so I can sideload like PlayStation 1 games on there. So I just started going through all the games. And seriously, I've done some great... I love the feeling of buying a Super Mario Brothers 3 complete in box for $35 on Whatnot when its value is over $100. That's really cool, right? And so I'm chasing that. So if I can combine that with the pinball machine, it's like, okay, this pinball machine is worth this money, but it's like I'm taking the money that I have and locking it away, right? And then if its value doesn't decrease, there you go. It's like, I don't know. I'm really bad with finances, but in my head, I feel like I have a handful of things in my house that have a lot of value that I paid very little for in the past, and I have sold those before, especially when it comes to video game consoles. I've bought Nintendo consoles for like $10 or $20, refurbished them, and resold them for like $200. So I know the game. I know how to kind of like, I'd say that because then I go and I blow $200-$300 in something like this that probably is not going to retain its value, although I could probably sell it right now for $500. But anyway, it's like you win some, you lose some. Anyway, that's my thought. That's my thought. You could go play it. I could go play at the arcade, but part of it's like the collection side of me. You doing a chat stream tomorrow? I can't. We're going to go see Batman. So that's why. Maybe afterwards. We'll see. Well, okay. It was lovely hanging out with you guys, but I got to go. I try to keep it under 20 minutes. I'll try to make it more interactive next time. Sorry. It's just, this entire show that I just did right now was planned for like an hour and a half show, and now I just jammed it into 20 minutes. And I'm going to go hang out with my wife. And thank you so much for coming in on this weekend for a special Console Kids podcast Saturday night stream. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.